we are going to be doing a reading and writing vlog. I didn't record at all because I could not get a recording in whatsoever. I've had this on my TBR since January 2023. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to today's video where, as you guys saw, I did a little bit of just like a, not really intro, but just a kind of like setting the vibes type of this for this video. It's going to be very chill. We are going to be doing a reading and writing vlog. Specifically, I am planning on just recording when I read and when I write, honestly. And I'm gonna kind of try and keep track as much as I possibly can with this, you know, and just specifically kind of keeping track with like how much I've been reading and how little I have been like writing or just whatever. And we're just kind of being like chill or whatever. So if I'm in the mood to write one day, I'll write. If I'm in the mood to read one day, I will read, honestly. But yeah, it's currently like Monday at like 6:10 or something like that. My current read that I have that I'm actively reading is Funny Story by Emily Henry. I'm on like chapter 20. Yep, chapter 20, page 220. I am so far having a good time with this. I think I will be able to get it done because I'm a little bit over halfway, like by like a little bit, like not much, to say the least, but I am enjoying it. I really am liking this. I feel like that Emily has like kind of like gone into my brain a little bit and just pulls out some things and kind of put them into Daphne. And so far these two are my favorite of Emily Henry's couples. I don't know why. I just feel so connected to both of them as individual characters along with them being together as a couple as well too. And the way that they got together is very much a funny story. And I'm really interested to see what goes wrong in the latter half of this book. I've been mostly listening to it, so a little bit later tonight I'm going to try and finish it. I have 3 hours and like some odds minutes left, and then after I'm done with this, I think I'm going to start listening to What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, because I don't know if I want to completely dive into another romance quite yet, because sometimes if I dive directly into a romance after reading another romance, I can kind of nitpick things, and I don't want to do that. I try and keep the genres kind of flowing, and I kind of keep the genres kind of doing its thing pretty much, you know? But if I don't start What Lies in the Woods, I believe is what that's called, I have my options from my June TBR, which I don't know if y'all can see it in the background, but I have Recursion, When in Rome, King of Gluttony, Tourist Season, Into the Blue, and The Teller of Small Fortunes. I might even listen to a little bit of The Teller of Small Fortunes too. I'm not too sure at this point. Like I said, very chill, very kind of like go with the flow type of vibes. I'm not really here to accomplish too many goals, honestly, besides obviously finishing Funny Story, and hopefully I will be able to finish that later today, and maybe I will write a little bit, but I'm not too sure exactly. Right now I just got done editing a little bit. I'm a little bit too tired to keep on editing, so we're just gonna like wait to do that a little bit tomorrow, maybe a little bit tonight as well. It just kind of depends on like what we are feeling pretty much. So yeah, I am more than likely going to listen to a little bit of Funny Story while I do some work on my computer and kind of work around putting the books away, because I just finished filming a video which is talking about my summer TBR and such. You might see that, honestly. I don't remember when that one's going up. You're either going to see it before this video or after this video comes up. I'll confirm it somewhere on the screen. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into the reading and writing vlog. Good morning, friends. It is currently Thursday, June 4th. Now, you're probably wondering, where the hell is the rest of the clips from the other days? I didn't record at all because I could not get a recording in whatsoever. So I'm gonna do this kind of fairly quickly because I do gotta get to work soon. So yeah, just a little bit of an update. You guys saw me make my chai for this morning. I have work pretty much all day and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to write today. I need to edit the Tomodachi Life Living the Dream video that's going up on Friday, and we shall see how that goes and such. So I might not be able to write today, but I might be able to write tomorrow, maybe on Saturday. I'm not too sure. But I do come with book updates. So as you guys know, I've been reading Funny Story by Emily Henry. Well, yesterday, which was Wednesday night, I ended up finishing it, and I think one of the things, honestly, I haven't been constantly thinking about Daphne and Miles, but they are definitely my favorite of the couples right now. And I think I'm gonna give this a 4.5 because I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy the story. I loved the character development. I really did like the direction that we were going. And I also liked the premise and how Miles and Daphne got together in the first place because it is literally a funny story. So I liked that concept and I liked that aspect of it, you know? And I do think that this is a good story. It's definitely the most like ones where I've connected with not only the female main character but the male main character as well, and you can just tell how much care and love she put into Miles and Daphne because they are so far, I think they are my favorite couple as of right now. It was originally Nora and Charlie, but I think Miles and Daphne kind of beat it by a long shot. I loved a lot of the quotes that were in here. I'm gonna see if I can try and find some of the quotes that I had in here as well. Because I read part of it on my Kindle because I had it on my Kindle for the longest time. So let me look and see if I can find it. There it is. Yeah, we're gonna pull it up on my Kindle real fast and let's go to, oh yeah, here's one annotation that I was like, okay, I love this because it basically described the relationship that I had with my non-existent dad pretty much, you know, but it's this one. It is, you can't force a person to show up, but you can learn a lesson when they don't. Trust people's actions, not their words. Don't love anyone who isn't ready to love you back. Let go of the people who don't hold on to you. Don't wait on anyone who's in no rush to get to you. And that is such a powerful quote. That's such a powerful thing where I'm like, oh my God, that's great to say the least, you know, that's great. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I kind of want to mention with Funny Story. I think out of all of her books, this is the one I've been most entertained by because, you know, it's so funny. It's also her spiciest of her novels as well, too. And I honestly like the way that Emily Henry does spice. It's very tasteful. You can tell what's going on. And it's done in a very kind of like sensual way where it's not specifically explicit, but I know exactly what's going on between the two of them. So it was a very good balance of that. And I don't know why. I really, really liked that, you know? It was great. It was nice. It was wonderful. 4.5 stars. I really do think that this is one of my favorites of Emily Henry's. But that's that. So that book I finished up. And then yesterday, as I was kind of falling into sleep, I decided to start What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. The thing on the screen, I think it should be in this corner, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But I started What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I've been wanting to read this for a hot minute. I was originally going to pick up Into the Blue, but I'm not too sure if I'm in the mood for that type of like literary romantic vibe, you know? I think it is technically marketed as a romance, but I think it's more along the lines of like Taylor Jenkins Reid type of romance where the romance is kind of like an added bonus to the story, but not too sure. But anyways, I started What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, and I originally was looking to see what audiobooks could I listen to on Libby, and this one popped up, and it's been on my TBR for so long. I've had it since January 2023 when I was first kind of starting getting back into reading, and I knew that I was just like, I need to like read this. So let me look to see how far I'm in. Oh yeah, I'm only 13% into the audiobook, so I'm not really that far in, but I thought I would tell you a little bit about it. And basically the premise behind this story, I'm gonna look it up because now I don't remember what it is off the top of my head. The premise of this story is that Naomi Shaw used to believe in magic. 22 years ago, she and her two best friends, Cassidy and Olivia, spent the summer roaming the woods, imagining a world of ceremony and wonder. They called it the Goddess Game. The summer ended suddenly when Naomi was attacked. Miraculously, she survived her 17 stab wounds and lived to identify the man who had hurt her. The girl's testimony put away a serial killer wanted for murdering 6 women. They were heroes. And they were liars. For decades, the friends have had to keep a secret worth killing for. But now Olivia wants to tell, and Naomi sets out to find out what really happened in the woods, no matter how dangerous the truth turns out to be. So it's like around like that aspect of things, you know? And I'm liking the narration style. I can't really tell you anything else about it because I literally just started it. I'm only 13% in, but maybe later today. I plan on mostly reading or specifically listening to the majority of this while I'm at work today, so maybe I will give you guys a little bit of an update as I do this. But yeah, that is pretty much it. I will see you guys either when I am editing or when I am reading. We shall see. Not reading, when I'm writing, so we shall see how that goes. Okay, friends, so I have officially made it about 85% into What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall, and I am just having like okay feelings about it. I'm not feeling too bad, not feeling too good. It's just fine. And one of the plot twists I did guess. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to spoil the book for anybody. And then we just got a reveal about something that is related to the greater conspiracy of Naomi's stabbing in the first place. And I was right in general about that. We haven't gotten true confirmation quite yet. Or not. That's not the wording I want. We haven't gotten confirmation yet, but it is very, very telling and very much leaning towards the direction that I have been theorizing since like 50% because of the way that different characters have treated Naomi and how they have treated Liv and also how they have treated Cassie or is her name Cassandra or Cassidy? It's either Cassidy, she goes by Cass, but I don't know honestly, but something that is like, I can tell that this took inspiration from a certain thing, and at the end I'll tell you a little bit of it because more than likely I will be finishing it during, what is it? During tonight? Maybe. I don't know, to be honest with you, when we will do it. But it's like 7 or so late at night, you know, and still haven't written anything, but I might try and write a little bit tonight. We shall see how that goes. And then tomorrow, if I don't end up writing too much, I'll more than likely be editing. I know I said that this would be kind of like a reading and writing vlog, but it has kind of shifted into kind of like a more like working day in my life type of vibe, that type of stuff. You know what I mean, though. But yeah, that's where I'm at with What Lies in the Woods. I am not loving it. Damn, my phone. I'm not disliking it, but I'm also not loving it. I'm not hating it. It kind of is one of those books where you kind of know the plot and the theme that's going to be going on, like right at the beginning, you know? And the feeling of suspense is pretty good, but also at the same time, I'm not really that like suspended in like what's going on, you know? There's a couple things where it should be scary and it should be a little bit on that range, but it's not, in my opinion. But those are just like my little like thoughts before I finish up the book. And yeah, I only maybe have about... There's no chapter numbers on here and such, not even in the physical book, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, is that right? Oh shit. I do have 5 chapters left. Oh shit. That's insane. Wow, I didn't realize how close I was, but then again, I am 85% of the way through. And yeah, I know what my final rating more than likely is gonna be, even if we get to the end and my theory is proven correctly. Yeah, I have a feeling I know what the theory is gonna be, and I'm not terribly gonna love it, but also if it is that, I mean, I'm happy that I got it, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna be happy if I got the theory correct, but because of the way that it is told and the way that it is presented, I am just a little bit on the thing of like, did you really have to take inspiration from that? Because there is lots of stuff riddled, and I mean riddled, with a very, very popular true crime case that is very much littered within this book. So yeah, I will see you guys after I finish reading What Lies in the Woods. I might take you guys along with me, I might not. It all just kind of depends on what I'm feeling. Well, I did it, friends. I finally finished reading What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I've had this on my TBR since January 2023. I thought that this was going to be one of the best thrillers that I would have ever read. It's a 2-star, in my opinion. Now, I've not had a 2-star in a hot minute because I try my best to try and avoid those types of books as much as I possibly can. But with this one, it is one of those things where, like, and this always happens to me. In the beginning, I get hooked, like hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, okay, I'm in. And then around the 75% mark, started to not care. Figured out what the plot twist was gonna be. Figured out what the penultimate, I figured out what the penultimate plot twist was gonna be. And then I figured out the final plot twist. And after that, it was just one of those things where it kind of just made me feel like sad that I was able to do it. But also, I did not end up caring about any of the characters. I could care less about Naomi. I could care less about her friends or whatever. But then again, her friends are just a little bit on the, like, iffy side of things. I'm not going to say anything else because that would be spoilers. And I'm debating if I do ever want to read any more of Kate Alice Marshall's books, and I think I'm still going to keep her on the docket because this isn't the first book I read by her. I read A Killing Cold last winter, back in December, I believe, of 2025, and I don't remember a single thing about that book except for I remember listening to it when I was driving home in a blizzard. But other than that, I don't remember a single thing about that plot, that story, those characters. And I feel like I'm gonna forget about these guys as well too, because it wasn't very memorable to me. It wasn't very memorable. It was definitely on the thing of like, I don't know. I didn't feel anything towards it. And the reasoning why the whole thing happened in the first place, I'm not gonna spoil it because I don't know if other people want to read it as well too. But it was way too close to a true crime case that happened in the early mid 2010s, if you guys know what that case is. And the plot twist revolved around something similar to what happened in that case as well too. And I was just like, really? Why are we doing this? I forgot to silence my phone again, but it's okay. But yeah. 2 stars for What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. If I do feel inclined to pick up any more of her books, I will more than likely pick them up via Libby or on audio or on Kindle Unlimited. It just kind of depends on what I am feeling. So that is that for that one. And I have not started a new book since then. It's kind of like, it's like 6:30 on Saturday, which is going to be officially the end of this video, but I am going to take you guys on a little bit of a writing sprint with me. And there were 2 books that I was debating on starting before this, because next week when I'm filming, and you guys will see it next week after this, is I'm going to be reading LGBTQ plus books for a week. So I was debating between whether starting the audiobook of The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Long, which is a little cozy fantasy that was picked out by my June TBR, or if I would start reading Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. I've had this book on my TBR for a hot minute, and I definitely want to include it in that vlog, and I more than likely will. I haven't started it yet, even though I have a bookmark in it. I got the Kindle version on Libby, so I'm more than likely going to be reading it on my Kindle because it's been a hot minute since I've read it on my Kindle. Plus, it will knock it out on my physical TBR because, as you guys know, I've been trying to get my physical TBR down to a lot of that, and that's technically going to count as a TBR takedown because all the books that I'm reading are going to be in the physical form. But more than likely, the first book that you guys are going to see in that vlog is Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. Yeah, I might start it tonight. I might not. Mom and I are going to watch K-pop Demon Hunters because we like to do these little movie nights where she shows me a movie that she wants me to watch. I show her a movie that she wants to watch because, you know, why not? You know, we just do whatever, you know, like it's just fun. I don't know what else to say, honestly, but probably once I'm done talking to you guys, since I've gotten a newfound energy, I'm going to go over to my computer back there, as you can see, and I'm going to write because even though this is supposed to be a reading and writing vlog, it's mostly reading and, you know, that's okay. I try my best to do some stuff with that. And what I'm trying to do, honestly, is I'm trying to, one, be more real with you guys as well, too, because like I said, this week I've only been able to record on Thursday, Friday, and today, which is Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday were very, very crazy for me. So I wasn't able to pick up the camera and I wasn't really able to like read too much. I was kind of able to, but not like completely, if that makes any sense, you know? But yeah, I'm going to go over to my computer and I'm more than likely going to end the video there with me doing a writing sprint and just kind of writing as much as I possibly can. So voiceover Sam will come in to do the outro as well. So yeah, that is pretty much it that I have on book updates, and maybe I will take you guys on a reading sprint when I am starting Boyfriend Material. Well. As you guys can see, I am not voiceover Sam, it is editing Sam because I forgot to record the outro for this damn video, but you know what? It is a-okay, honestly. This week was very much a little bit on the chaotic side of things, and it definitely shows within the video because you can tell I'm just kind of all over the place, and it's just like, huh? Wait, what? What? What's happening? What's happening? But anyways, I haven't anything else to really say. We finished 2 books in this. We finished Funny Story and What Lies in the Woods, which I'm happy that we finished both. Very disappointed by What Lies in the Woods, but also very excited about Funny Story. And I think that's pretty much it. We did not write one single bit this week, which I was hoping that we could, but it just did not work out because there was just so much going on the week that I was filming this, and there was just so much happening in my life that I genuinely could not find time to write. No matter how much I tried, there was just so much happening that I was just like, oh gosh, what is happening now? But anyways, this is going to be the end of the video. So thank you guys again for watching. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to like and comment down below. If you do not know what to comment down below, tell me what your current read is. I know it's basic, but you know what? It's a good question to ask because all of us got to have a current read of some kind at least. And if you liked me, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. For reference, I post every Monday with either reading, writing, or lifestyle vlogs. Every Wednesday, because that's what I'm kind of thinking right now, is going to be bookish content, whether that is 5-star predictions, looking at my summer and seasonal TBRs, my actual TBRs themselves, and just kind of having like fun with like bookish content, book recommendations as well. I'm just trying to have fun with that as well too. And then on Fridays, we have Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, of course. We've been having a lot of fun over there. There's been a lot of drama. There's been a couple of marriages that have been happening over on the island as well too, so go check that out as well. And make sure to follow me somewhere else on the internet. I've got my Goodreads, my Fable, my Instagram, and my TikTok down below. I also have the link to my bookshop.org down in the description down below. Plus, if you also want to check out any of the books that I read in this vlog, they are going to have separate links down in the description below to where you can purchase them off of bookshop.org independentbookstore.org through an independent bookstore of your choosing. It really, really helps your independent bookstore so that we can keep having these bookstores and that they can keep supporting your small town or just whatever, you know, because we all need independent bookstores and we all need to just kind of like support them because they are so lovely and they're what makes a community a community. Anyways, I really hope you guys did enjoy this, and I truly hope you guys have an amazing day, week, month, and year. See you later, friends.